Hey there. Today, I'm going to show you how to stop a nose quickly and effectively. So, if you're feeling anxious or a bit freaked out, don't worry, I'm here to guide you step by step, and by the end of this video, you'll feel confident knowing exactly what to do. But first, what are the things you'll need to complete this task? For the full list and where to get them, check the description and pinned comment below. Now that you have all your tools and materials ready, let's get into it. Get rid of it! The first thing you want to do is stay calm. I know it's easier said than done, but panicking can actually make things worse by raising your blood pressure, which might increase the bleeding. Next, sit up. This is super important because lying down or tilting your head back can cause the blood to run down your throat, leading to coughing or even choking. Gross, right? Plus, it can upset your stomach and make you feel nauseous. Instead, grab a chair and sit up straight with your head slightly tilted forward. This position helps the blood flow out of your nose rather than down your throat. Pinch your nose. Yes, it works. Now, the key move here is pinching your nose. I know it sounds simple, but it's incredibly effective. Take your thumb and index finger and pinch the soft part of your nose, right below the bony part at the top. You don't need to press on the bridge of your nose, just focus on that fleshy part that feels a bit squishy. You want to hold this pinch for at least 10 minutes without letting go. And yes, 10 minutes can feel like forever, so set a timer if you need to. Research published by the American Academy of Otolaryngology points out that pinching the nose at the soft part helps compress the blood vessels and encourages clotting. Just make sure you're pressing hard enough, but not so hard that you're causing yourself pain. Apply a cold compress. While you're pinching your nose, grab an ice pack or a bag of frozen vegetables and wrap it in a towel. Then place it on the bridge of your nose or the back of your neck. The cold helps to constrict blood vessels, which reduces blood flow and can help slow down the bleeding. According to a study by the Journal of Clinical Research in 2016, cold application around the nasal area can reduce the severity of nosebleeds by reducing circulation. So, this isn't just an old wives' tale, it's backed by science. Wait. And don't peek. One of the hardest parts is waiting out those full 10 minutes. But don't give in to the temptation to check whether the bleeding has stopped too soon. Every time you let go to check, you risk breaking up the clot that's trying to form, and that could make the bleeding start all over again. So, keep pinching and wait the full time. Trust me, this is where your patience pays off. Aftercare and prevention. Once the bleeding has stopped, you'll want to be careful for the next 24 hours to avoid irritating your nose again. Avoid blowing your nose for at least 24 hours, because blowing could dislodge the clot and start the bleeding again. If your nose feels dry or uncomfortable, you can use a little saline spray to moisturize the inside of your nostrils. If you have a nasal decongestant spray handy, like oxymetazoline or phenylephrine, it can also be helpful to prevent future bleeds. But don't overuse these, as too much can dry out your nasal passages and potentially make things worse. When to seek medical help. If you followed all these steps and the bleeding hasn't stopped after 20 minutes, it might be time to call a doctor or head to the ER. Most nosebleeds are harmless, but if it's a recurring issue or lasts for too long, it could be a sign of something else going on, like high blood pressure or a blood clotting disorder. The National Institutes of Health suggests that nosebleeds lasting over 20 minutes or occurring frequently should be evaluated by a healthcare professional. So, don't hesitate to seek medical advice if you're concerned. Alright, to wrap things up, here's a quick recap on how to stop a nosebleed. Stay calm and sit up straight with your head tilted forward. Pinch your nose at the soft part, just below the bridge, for at least 10 minutes. Apply a cold compress to the bridge of your nose to slow the bleeding. Wait patiently and avoid checking too soon. Avoid blowing your nose for 24 hours after the bleeding stops. If the nosebleed continues after 20 minutes, it's a good idea to get checked out by a doctor. Remember, nosebleeds are super common and usually not something to stress about. But now, you're equipped with the right tools to handle one whenever it happens. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need it. Don't forget to subscribe for more health tips, and if you've got any questions or experiences with nosebleeds, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and stay healthy.